Good evening. 8 years ago, Governor Bill Richardson made a big deal about finding out if New Mexico has what it takes to land an NFL team.
The state paid big money for that study, and that was that. No one ever heard anything else about it until News 13's Alex Goldsmith did some serious digging and discovered that expensive study just doesn't exist. Alex?
Dick, Jessica, football fantasy or not, the state spent some serious cash for advice on luring an NFL team. What's surprising is what taxpayers got or didn't get for that money.
New Mexico, are you ready for NFL football?
It was one of former Governor Bill Richardson's big dreams. In 2005, the NFL's New Orleans Saints were looking at moving. After all, the Superdome was in rough shape after Hurricane Katrina. One of the states the team reached out to was New Mexico.
And if Nashville and Jacksonville and Green Bay can have teams, why not Albuquerque?
Paul Gessing with the Rio Grande Foundation, a government spending watchdog, says it's as far-fetched an idea now as it was then.
The answer is no. It's quite simple. We don't have the population. We don't have the money.
But the Richardson administration got state lawmakers to set aside $166,000 in 2006 to study New Mexico's NFL future anyway. The Barrett Sports Group, a high-profile California consulting firm, was hired to conduct the study. And then the study wasn't publicly mentioned again. So we were curious and wanted a copy of that study to see what it said and what New Mexicans got for their money. We got a surprising answer.
It appears that there was never a published report. There was only an oral report that was presented.
That's right. News 13 has learned that six-figure NFL study doesn't exist. According to Governor Richardson's ex-chief of staff, James Jimenez, that money went to pay for advice and insight into what New Mexico needed to compete for an NFL team. When the governor's circle was told the state didn't have the population, corporate sponsors, or cash needed, the Richardson administration quietly moved on. Jimenez insists taxpayers got their money's worth, but the lack of anything in writing is raising eyebrows.
It's extremely unusual to pay that kind of money, $166,000, and end up with only a verbal report. Highly unusual.
It's just ridiculous. At least do it for posterity.
There are still some unanswered questions. Media reports from 2006 showed the city of Albuquerque was chipping in for that NFL study, but the city told me today it needed more time to confirm whether they spent any money on it or not. Back to you.
Hey, Alex, if somehow this ever did happen, Albuquerque would be by far the smallest NFL market. While Green Bay is a smaller city, the Packers are also Milwaukee's team.